So what's up everybody, this is going to be my Black Clover 356 predictions. I believe this chapter is going to show a lot of power of Yuno that we haven't seen yet. He's had a year and a half to really fully master his star magic. The first time we saw him use his star magic, he just got it, but it was kind of weird that he was able to do these spells. From what you guys were telling me, every spell that he learned in his wind magic grimoire, it was a new spell for his star magic grimoire as well. So with this year and a half, he's been able to master his star magic. So we're going to see his full extent of his powers in this chapter. So let's get into my Black Clover 356 predictions. First of all, if you like anime, manga reviews, discussions, spoilers, and theories, definitely hit the subscribe button. If you like the video, 𝙲𝚘𝚙𝚢𝚛 moves with false copyright strikes, so let's get this channel back to 5,000. For real, I appreciate everything you guys have done for me. You guys pull me out some really dark times, and I'll continue doing the videos for y'all, so any support is highly appreciated. Comment, like, subscribe, whatever you feel like. So this chapter is going to be very interesting, in my opinion, because there's so much going on in the last chapter. We haven't seen Yuno in a while in terms of combat. We know that there's been a year and a half skip. We don't really know the progression of his powers in terms of, we know that he's able to stop a large scale attack from Lucius and his like pseudo angels. I know you guys are telling me that these might be called a different type of paladins, and I think we might get that name in this chapter, but regardless, we saw that Yuno stopped their attack with his star magic, so it shows that he has a stronger level of control of this new type of magic. So it makes me wonder, what is the full extent of this new quote-unquote magic type that he has? Even though we know it's not new, it's been a year and a half, but to us it's still somewhat new because he literally just got it in the last arc. It hasn't been probably maybe 50 chapters that Yuno had this magical type. So with that being said, for us it's still very new, but for Yuno, he's already basically mastered it. This was supposed to be his original grimoire, his original magic. So we're gonna see magical attacks that we have yet to see from him. I also do see that we're most likely going to see possible combination of spirit dive and star magic. I know we saw that already with his fight with Xenon, but I think we're going to get a better combination now that Yuno has a better understanding of star magic. We haven't seen the wind spirit yet. That's kind of weird. Usually we would have seen the wind spirit already. She would have been on Yuno's shoulder. I wonder if we're going to see it this chapter. Maybe Yuno can combine the spirit dive with the star magic and make a new type of form. I wouldn't be surprised if that's the case. And then also, I did say before, there's a possibility where he combines the magics together. We've seen this before by humans being possessed by devils. They combine their magics. So we've seen that Xenon combine his bone magic with his sparkle magic from 𝚲𝚘𝚎𝚘𝚝, and then he was able to do this like space bone sword. So I wouldn't be surprised if Yuno in this chapter combines star magic and wind magic and does a type of solar wind. I know I've been saying this before. We could probably see solar wind magic in this chapter, especially with his spirit dive. That'd be very amazing. I don't see this chapter focusing on anywhere else. I think this chapter is going to be focusing on Lucius versus Yuno. I don't see Yuno being destroyed so quickly. I think it's going to be maybe 1 or 2 chapters. He's not going to be one shot like Asta, Jack, and William Vengeance. I don't think he's going to get one shot. I mean, Asta got one shotted because basically it was Sister Lily that distracted him. If it wasn't Sister Lily that distracted him, I think Asta could have continued the fight more. But with that being said, because Yuno is going to fight Lucius this whole entire chapter, I think Yuno is going to put a good fight. We're going to see Yuno possibly push a little bit of Lucius back, but because Lucius knows a lot of the futures, he's going to go in for the kill. He's not going to leave any loose ends. I mean, I do see the possibility of Lucius being a little bit too arrogant, but because he knows that there's this one future where Yuno is actually a thorn in his side in terms of him creating this new world that he wants, it wouldn't make sense that Lucius will be careless and let Yuno survive somehow. So if Yuno does get defeated this chapter, it's going to be a horrendous defeat. I don't think he's going to. I think Tabata is going to have this whole entire chapter to showcase how far Yuno has gone. We're probably going to see more feats of him. I could definitely see Lucius attacking the whole noble realm again, and that causes Yuno to be distracted a little bit, and then Lucius could do that finishing blow. I mean, similar to what the Wizard King did when he was fighting Patri. Maybe Lucius decides to do not only the noble realm, by the whole entire Clover Kingdom, which, if you remember, that's really what caused Julius to kind of belittle 𝚗𝚗𝚗𝚗, because he stopped the whole entire Clover Kingdom instead of just the noble realm. So if Lucius were to actually think he would do any type of evil trick in the book, think about it. He is somebody that used Sister Lily, the mother of Noelle, also Morrigan, to emotionally manipulate the people that are actually trying to fight against Lucius in this Judgment Day. I mean, we've seen him do these vile things so he can get the upper hand. So I wouldn't be surprised if Lucius does another grand scale attack on the noble realm and Yuno has to block it again. It's probably going to be more fierce. Also, it'll be very interesting to see more of those pseudo weird angels that don't have any legs. I know some of you guys have been telling me that these angels are actually devils that have been purified, but they don't have an actual host. And that's the case, but they have to be like low tier devils. I think they can't be high tiers. Also, what will happen if 𝚗𝚗𝚗 becomes purified? It would be very cool to see 𝚗𝚗𝚗 purified as a devil, and then Asta also gets like this paladin powers as well. I mean, we're probably going to see that in the future, but just throwing that in, we haven't seen how devils look like when they're purified. Maybe devils when they're purified, they do look like this, but we've seen Lucius have horns, and we've seen the other paladins have horns when they are purified. So I don't think that devils, when they purify, at least the high tier ones, the strong ones, are not going to have horns. If they are devils that have been purified that are waiting for a host, it's definitely not going to be like the top tier, high ranking to possibly 𝚗𝚗𝚗𝚗 level devils. So I wonder if Lucius can reborn 𝚗𝚗𝚗 or the other devils that have been destroyed. Maybe we might see other devils that we thought were defeated get reborn, because we know that Lucius can literally create humans, but can he create devils? Because we're not entirely sure how devils are formed or what are they created of. We know that they're created in the underworld, but are they created by negative emotion? Are they created by a spirit that was corrupted or a spirit that was thrown into the underworld? We're not entirely sure how devils are created, but I wouldn't be surprised if we see a devil that we thought was dead get brought back into the story in this chapter. Maybe we might see 𝚗𝚗𝚗𝚗, maybe we might see the twin devils. That'll be very interesting if we see these things happen, like Lilith and Nahima. I want to talk about Yuno's arm. We saw that Yuno had bandages covering his left arm, and then we saw that at the end of the chapter he started unwrapping his arm, and we started seeing a little bit star magic moving here and there surrounding his arm. So I'm guessing whatever Yuno is going to do moving forward with his arm and him unwrapping it, obviously we know that he's going to unleash his full power, but he was probably holding back a lot of his power because of maybe it consumes a lot of mana for him to have all those stars. So expect Yuno maybe to lose a lot of mana moving forward. Maybe he's not going to be able to do so much because of star magic. Star magic might be very taxing on his body. So if that's the case, we probably will see Yuno using like wind magic a little bit more when he's more fatigued. But it's interesting, we didn't see the wind spirit yet, and Yuno usually when he's about to fight he has the wind spirit, but I know he has star magic now, so this is going to be a very interesting battle. I know for a fact we're not going to see the Black Bulls in this chapter, maybe towards the end, but I don't think we're going to get an update with them until after these battles are done, and it's going to be an onslaught. I don't think the people here stand a chance. Even with Yuno being like their only hope, Yuno is going to take an L here. There's no way Yuno is going to do anything here. Noelle's siblings finding their mother is going to be very difficult for them. We might see updates with Mariona versus Morris. Hopefully we see 𝚗𝚗𝚗𝚗 use a spirit dive as well, but I highly doubt it. I know 𝚗𝚗𝚗𝚗 is saving that for a reason, and maybe that spirit dive with Salamander is probably one of the strongest, but still I don't think we're going to see that this chapter. That fight with Morris will be interesting, but I think Mariona and 𝚗𝚗𝚗𝚗 are going to get touched by Morris's like crazy hands and turn into a paladin. I don't think anything's going to come out of that battle, but we're probably going to see an update to what's going on with them. Obviously 𝚗𝚗𝚗𝚗 versus her children. I think Noelle's siblings are just going to be completely destroyed. It's too emotionally taxing on them. I don't think they're going to be able to do much. We might get an update as to what devil she is possessed. I know some of you guys have been saying it's 𝚗𝚗𝚗𝚗𝚗. If it is 𝚗𝚗𝚗𝚗𝚗𝚗, then like I said at the beginning, I wouldn't be surprised if Lucius brings back devils that have been defeated. So if 𝚗𝚗𝚗𝚗𝚗 is possessed by 𝚗𝚗𝚗𝚗𝚗, it will be very interesting. Doing with the whole pattern that we're seeing with the devils, these people that have been brought back, especially Morgan, they're being possessed by the devil that actually killed them. I don't see how any of Noelle's siblings are going to stand a chance against her. I would like a name drop with Morris and 𝚗𝚗𝚗𝚗's devils that are possessing them. That'd be very interesting. Also, we could see possibly 𝚗𝚗𝚗𝚗𝚗's magical power. So yes, that's basically all I have to say. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you think is going to happen in this chapter. Let me know what you think about this video. Do you think that we might get a name drop as to who is possessing 𝚗𝚗𝚗𝚗𝚗 and Morris? Do you think we're going to see lucius actual magical attribute? Do you think that Yami is going to stand a chance against fighting Morgan? Do you think Yuno found a new way to mix his star magic and his wind magic shape together and combine and make a new type of magical attack? Do you think that is possible that he has a new spirit dive? Like if you liked the video, comment, subscribe, and I'm out of here.